Welcome everybody to another episode of How Dem Dweet, where we interview the most influential and successful people of Jamaica to know how they came about their success and their story of coming up, because no one was born successful. So my special guest here today is
Doug Hollywood Gore.
and if you don't know Mr. Gore, he'll just tell you a bit about himself, what he does right now. You can go ahead.
So a lot of people in Jamaica know me as a race car driver. Everybody knows me as Hollywood. I also own a company called Mowing Freight Services, which imports many goods from all over the world. And we're also customs brokers, so we've been in the shipping business for almost 30 years. So it's been a long time.
Also, I can just call you anytime I need anything.
Yes, man. Once you press that send button on Amazon, just make sure that you send it to my address in Miami, and all is taken
No
care
problem. So I'll definitely check that out, and you guys better check him out too.
of. Absolutely.
So just to get into it, so Mr. Gore, what was it like? Were you born in Jamaica?
Yes, I was born in Sam Trap Square. And when I tell everybody Sam Trap Square, they said, "No, sir.
In the square?
How you born in the square?" But there was actually a doctor's office literally right on the square by Dr. Brown.
And that's not there anymore?
No, it's not there anymore. But there was a little doctor's office, and that's where I was born many years ago.
Okay, so some sharp square. So
In Montego Bay.
Montego Bay. Oh, that explains it. Because we were supposed to meet earlier Friday, but things happened.
Well, we have a lovely surrounding here, right here in the Audi showroom.
This is
All
beautiful.
in the background. So
The famous Hollywood Audi. Yes. Okay, so what was it like? What was your surrounding when you were a child? What was your upbringing?
So when my first 11 years of my life, we lived in Kingston. My father was the managing director of Gore Brothers, which was a very big. They actually built all the Gore homes. So you see all the Gore homes that are popped up all over Jamaica. That's one of the things that he used to do, and he used to manage the terrazzo tile section. So we did terrazzo tiles, we did tobacco, we did buildings, even doing things like the airport and even Cornwall Regional Hospital.
Oh, that's
Yeah, so we're a lot into the construction. At that point now, we thought that Jamaica was going to become communist. And there was a lot of Jamaicans that decided that they were going to leave Jamaica because they were afraid, of course, that Castro was going to come in
Yes,
along
take
with Mr.
over.
Manley and take over. So a lot of us decided to sell off what we had, my family included, and we headed off overseas. We went to Texas, and that's where I went to school for about 4 years. After 4 years, my father said, something, the American life wasn't for him,
not for you.
and we decided to come back to Jamaica. Upon coming back, it's very interesting because you have a next question that you're going to ask me, so I'll save that part for later.
Okay.
But we came back to Jamaica and basically started fresh, and we then made our way about becoming part of Jamaica back again. I think after 4 years now, my father thinking, the grass is green on the other side, and he had made a little money here. And he thought, okay, time to go back to America. Time to finish up the schooling with the kids, that sort of thing. We went back again in about another 4 years. We came right back to Jamaica all over again.
Just
it
can't
was
get enough.
Yes, at that point I looked at my parents and said, something, I'm not leaving. So,
You just have to stay.
you think that America is a better roses, but sometimes it's not.
Yes. So for the youths out there sometimes that want to run off to America, it's not a better roses.
No. You
Take
have
it
to
from
work,
Mr. Gore.
You have to work very hard, you have to bust your ass. And not a lot of people can go there and make it, And Jamaica, to be honest with you, we are literally a big fish in a small pond.
Yes, that is true.
And we can't come here, and as long as you have great ideas, you can do that.
That is true. That is true. And as you mentioned, my next question: did you grow up wealthy?
So I would tell you that as a kid, I thought that we were here in Kingston. And it's funny because again, we went to America, we thought it was going to be great. And we literally came back 4 years later back to Jamaica, stiff stone broke. My family actually had to ask my mother's family to actually pay for our freight and pay for the duty to bring back whatever we had in America to come back to Jamaica. So my parents came back here with not a dime. So it's interesting to see how life can revolve and the up and down of life as we all know it,
Yeah, so a lot of people might see you driving around and not
those
know
things
this.
just happen.
Yeah, they say, oh, him have it, him grew up with it.
No,
But
no,
it was a
definitely
road
not
to
so.
get there.
That's right.
Exactly.
When I started my business, mobile freight services, I would tell you that I used my mother's American Express credit card and bought goods. I went and bought like satellite dish and back in those days, and you buy a TV and a VCR and a Walkman stereo and all of those kind of things. And I would buy all of these things, come them, bring them back to Jamaica, drive around the entire island and sell them, jump back on a plane and buy back again.
So you were out and about working.
So honestly, it was a credit card that I was using now to try and hope that I would generate enough money.
Yes, just roll over.
Yeah.
Sometimes you break even.
A lot of people look back and they say, oh, look what he has on it. But it was a long road and a hard road, but
yes,
work prevailed and paid off in the end.
Nothing comes easy.
No.
Nothing comes easy, guys. So, and to my other question, because I mean, we all want to know. How did you come about this? Like, what's the story behind the Audi? Why the Audi?
So I'm an Audi lover. And the BMW, Mercedes, Audi, they're all the European big cars. I know Jamaica has a love for BMW from a long time ago.
I have a.
But I always know that for sure. I think that the Audi is best of both worlds. Can you imagine now getting a car that can handle and drive as great as a BMW, but then you can get the luxury of some of these Benz, right?
Yeah.
And I do think that car has the best
Characteristics of everything, basically.
And when we're finished, I'll take you for a little drive on the road and make you feel a couple of G's.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome. So, also, a lot of people may want to know, how long did it take you to get to this point? Because I mean, this must be a lot of years of work.
Yes, it is. And it's funny that you say that. I had just sold my car, which was a S5, and we're upstairs watching TV one day, and I looked over at my wife and said, well, I just sold my car. What do I buy now? And she says, well, she looked at me, she says, what do you want?
That is a good question.
I said, what do I want? And I said, I want the ultimate Audi. I said, a car that has never been to Jamaica. I said, that's what I want. So she said, well, find it, buy it. And I went to Adam's store and I said, this is the car that I want. Adam went and checked and they looked on the computer, they made some phone calls. Audi said, absolutely no way that they're selling this car to Jamaica. So I said, why? And he said, well, because of the region and because how fast it is.
They think we could manage it.
Yes, I said, no man, this is impossible. Adam then called me on the phone and he said, you know something, I have a link in England. Why don't you buy it out of England and you bring the car in yourself? So I said, all right. I started to make some phone calls. All of a sudden, this car was available and it was a deal. I mean, when I say a deal, I was now talking to the dealer and I says, okay, what's up with this car? I mean, why was it so reasonable? Not cheap, but it's reasonable.
Cheap for its brand or its model.
And they said, oh, it was a demonstration car that they had in a showroom. That if people came and wanted to buy this car, they would look at this car. He says, but the car is a sports package. So I said, okay, sounds good to me.
Sounds good.
He says, well, it has on the big carbon brakes. And I was like, okay. He says, but it has carbon fiber interior. I said, even better. He says, but there's no sunroof. I said, I don't want no sunroof.
Not the matter.
He says, well, and they decided to have these little small options that they were telling me about. Well, it don't have this and don't have that. So I said, but it has all the bells and whistles as far as speed is concerned. I said, listen man, you're talking to the right person.
You're like, give me that.
That's right. So the Hollywood side of it chipped in and said, yes man, that's what I want.
Beautiful.
And we were able to acquire the car and everything. So yeah.
So correct me if I'm wrong. Why not an R8?
So that was another thing, is that I have a family, and when even thinking that just coming here a while ago, I had my friend and my son in the car. And can you imagine now that the R8 now, I could not even give.
Can't carry them.
Yeah, can't carry them. If I wanted you guys to come and sit down in the car, and both of you come and experience the car, I'd have to give you each a drive down the road and come back.
More gas.
Yeah. So, and I thought about it and I said, boy, a two-door car is definitely not. I enjoyed the S5, but remember it had seats in the back.
Yes.
So this one now, can you imagine it can carry 5 adults? That
That's
still goes 0 to 16 in 3 seconds.
In forever. Basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically the practicality and obviously the speed.
Right. Yeah. It was. I thought it was a perfect package. To be honest with you.
That
It's
is
a beautiful looking car, I think.
Oh yeah, you see
And
that
we
it
have
has
this
a lot,
color
of,
that no other car like that around has one. So.
a lot of road presence.
Yes.
Yes, you can't miss it when you
No.
pass it. I mean, I was coming in and you drove right past me. I was like, wait,
Is that it?
that rumble. And you just drive past. I'm like, okay.
Nice.
Yes, so that's actually a good decision. You thought about the family. A lot of people who want stuff like this, they think about just themselves.
Right.
And then I said,
So again, we come back to the main thing of me thinking and saying, well, I could have bought a two-door car because how many times am I going to keeping the car?
yeah,
Probably 80% of the time it's just going to be one.
yeah.
So I could have been greedy.
True, you could have,
But
you
I think
chose,
in all, in fact, I mean, even coming on the highway today, and we were just enjoying the drive. And at the end of the we came through the toll plaza, and I looked and I said, yeah, pick the right car.
pick the right car. That is true. All right. So, what age did you figure out what you really wanted to do with life? Because I mean, a lot of people they come out of high school they don't know what to do. I mean, it took me a while to figure myself out. So, how long did it take you?
So I'll tell you what happened to me is that my father and mother said, all right, you're finished high school, we're going to go into college. At that point, I was starting summer up there, and I was working for a person. I was doing some lawn service business. I did it for maybe about a month, and then I said to Dad, I said, "Boy, Dad, there's some good money in this lawn service business up in Miami." He said, "Yeah." He says, "Yeah, man. I mean, we should buy our own stuff and do my own thing." Almost to the end of the summer now, I had 32 yards doing on a regular basis and making some nice money. And I was even hiring guys. I mean, I had 2 guys working for me. And I mean, we had a bustling business and I was only 16, right?
Yeah.
And then I got a call from my mother and said, listen, would you like to go and work for a company called Island Couriers, which actually became Federal Express, FedEx.
FedEx, whoa.
And I was saying, well, I'm turning 17. Okay, so I'm supposed to go to school, and then they offered me a job. And when they came and told me the amount of money that I was going to make, and this was like $32,000 US, and I'm only 17 years old. I mean, I'm like, wow, this is blowing me away.
That clicked instantly.
Yeah, so I said to my mom and dad, I says, well, I think college is going to take a little break because I want to see and I want to make some money. Typical of all of us is that whenever you get the taste of money, you don't want to go back to school.
That is true.
And to be honest, that's exactly what had happened to me.
Yeah.
I started to make money with FedEx and I was doing well. And then in that same FedEx business, I'm now learning how to import goods because I was now traveling to a different country every day for them.
Yeah.
So while doing this, and I had friends and family now that wanted me to buy the satellite dish and the TV and the VCR, and I was doing that on the weekends. Because after that, now that I'm making more money on the weekends than I was making at FedEx.
Yeah.
So it was a choice that I have to make now that, all right, do I stop going to FedEx and start my own business? And I remember one night I sat down with my parents and I was sitting down there and I said, boy, what do you think? My father at that point said, you know something? And it's funny that he said it because he's an entrepreneur. He said, you need to stick with this company because, one day you can retire. And I said, retire? Huh.
He expects you to
And I
just
said, "Boy."
work for the boss.
Yeah. And then my mother said, you know something? Try it. Tell you what, go to FedEx and say to them, can I have a year off? And if I like it, I'll stay. If I don't like it, I can come back. FedEx actually said yes.
Wow.
They said, listen, man, you are such a great employee that we'll give you the year. If it doesn't work out for you, we'll grab
Take
you
you
back.
back,
No
yeah.
problem. And I never looked back after that. So it was been a long road. As I said, it's close to 30 years that I've been in the business. And I've loved every minute of it because it afforded me the lifestyle to go and race cars. And you were not able to come down to Montego Bay, but I would have showcased the 600 odd trophies that I have on display.
That was that was the plan, but things just
Okay, we
didn't
worked
work
out
out the way.
because look at what we're doing.
Yes, the great Audi showroom.
Yes, that's right.
And just to wrap it up here, because we know we're on limited time. So, what's a message you'd have to the young and middle-aged, older people? Because it's never too late to still chase your dreams.
So on my WhatsApp profile, and I've had many people comment about it, work hard so you can play hard.
That is true.
Yeah, man, 100%. If you put in the work, don't worry, the rewards will come, and it will come back in twofold.
Yes.
Yeah. And also the last thing that I want to say is that never ever give up.
Yeah.
It's just like when I was starting the business, there were times where I was scratching my head and says, boy, does this make sense?
You're wondering.
And I'm sitting there, boy, maybe I should go back to FedEx. And I said, no, I'm going to push, I'm going to keep trying, I'm going to really give it my all.
Yeah.
And I can tell you some 2 o'clock at night and I'm there packing and you know, I'm shipping off all my stuff and
Working.
Yeah, jumping on a plane and you're up and down driving all over Jamaica. I mean, I remember one time that I packed my car so much with goods and I was driving a stick shift and I could only put the car in first, third and fifth.
Oh.
I couldn't even find a reverse because the amount of stuff that ran in the car, I can only go so no, that was it.
Oh boy, you had to jump a couple of gears.
Just to make sure, because there's no way I could pull that shift down because everything was just so packed in the car. Yeah.
Oh.
So it's situations like that you know you look back on and you say, boy, you really did your time and you really put in your work. So
that's good.
Of course, that's what I was able to after all these years to come and afford a car like that.
That is a beautiful story.
Yeah, thank
and
you.
What do you think about taking risks? Because I mean, a lot of people are afraid to just say, you know what, let me just do it.
Yes. Well, especially with my racing career, I mean, I've taken a lot of risks and some have paid off and some haven't. I've had my fair crashes in the day.
Yes.
And then I look back at life and, you know, if you're not able to take that risk, and a lot of these people that you see today that have money, it's a risk that they took. Now, is it a calculated risk, which is what is important.
Yes, that is true.
Yes.
You can't just
you
say,
don't want to do something stupid, or you do something that will really get you in trouble, you know, like all the drugs and all that kind of foolishness.
Yes.
So there's calculated risk.
Yes, you have to actually think about the risk, guys.
Yeah, I mean, I remember a couple of times, as I said, I was using my mom's credit card. I remember one time that I was maxing out the credit card, 25,000 US. And I'm running around Jamaica now, everybody trying to get money to pay back the credit card.
Oh boy.
And I'm saying to myself, geez, and I remember Amex calling me and said, listen man, we're going to close the credit card. And right at the last minute, I was able to collect up all the money so I could pay it off, so I could go back and buy more goods. Again, calculated risk.
Calculated risk, that's beautiful. Thank you for sharing that story with us.
Yes,
and
pleasure.
You know, he's a part of the journey to inspire. We are going to make and do great things.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Stay up, guys. All right. Oh, this is very low. I think she's gonna get us.
He was driving out.
Yeah. I think he's scared. Seatbelts save lives.
Yes, absolutely.
Make sure you put on your seatbelts, everyone. No, they do try to just sell you on something different sometimes.
That's right.
Get it to upgrade and get all the knickknacks. But this was definitely a good decision. And isn't this is number 1, but oh yeah, oh my god. Woo! It's a spaceship. Oh, I gotta hold on. Yeah, this is a spaceship. You bought this from NASA, right? Yeah, this was definitely not from. Where is this from? I think I felt all my body fluids just go up. Oh, that was unexpected. That was awesome though.
Feel good, eh?
That's awesome. That's beautiful. No, I know what you mean. This is Shizun.
And I didn't give you the full Monty a while ago.
That wasn't. That was what, half?
Yeah. Well, not half, but I can give you the RS mode. So what you could do is flick the switch. I'm going to put it on RS mode.
Okay, so RS mode.
Changes it. It asks me if I'm going to go on to a racetrack. I'll press yes. That time we're going on a racetrack.
Oh, we're definitely on a racetrack of some sorts.
And I'll put it in RS2. And then I'll do a launch mode. So
Ooh, launch mode.
tell me when you're ready.
I am ready.
Yeah, let's go.
Oh! Oh my days! I don't even think I can. Whoa! Oh, it's a spaceship. Oh my gosh. Doug? This is amazing.
Wickedy.
Yes. I don't. I think I want this. How much? I got like $100. You can get it.
We need just a little bit more.
Just a little bit more. Okay, I'll keep saving. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Yes, that was.
To think that you can go that fast with 5 people in the car.
With 5 people, I mean, oh, 5 people can experience this at one time.
Right, that's right.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, that was awesome. Just, I don't think, who knows, maybe we find something faster, but this is definitely a rocket ship.
Yeah, man. You're most welcome.
Oh my gosh. Guys, if you don't want an Audi after watching this, I think you want an Audi. Oh, thank you, Doug. Thank you very much. Whew. I think I do. I think I may have peed myself. This was